We've started the recording. Payal, you're good to go.
Hi, Rupinder. Somehow I have misplaced the script for Sergeant at Arms. Can you take the role over, Rupinder? I have till rule number 5, so
No,
I'm.
that's perfectly fine. I will take over the role of Sergeant at Arms. Good
Okay.
morning, everyone. Welcome to meeting number 504 of Blue Quest. We are a club that is based out of IBM Silo Kheda, and we do offer membership to people outside the club also on a limited basis. The mission of a Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. With that, I would like to go into certain meeting rules. First of all, I would request that every one of you please turn your videos on and keep those videos on, because the speakers, they love to see an audience that can respond back to them, not a bunch of pictures or just letters staring back at them. So please try your best to keep your video on for as much of the meeting as possible. Rule number 2, please ensure that you keep yourself muted unless or until it is your turn to speak. Rule number 3, if you are called on stage to speak, and you might be in the table topic section, especially the guests, please ensure that when you talk, you don't talk about controversial topics such as religion, sex, or politics. Even if you do, please make sure you do it without offending anyone. There are icons that are there in the participant window, and there are reactions that you will see at the bottom of your screen. Use these icons and these reactions to respond to the questions raised by the participant and the people on stage. For example, I just flashed a heart icon, or if I find something funny, then I will flash the laughing icon. Now, these icons are another means of engagement. Other than that, in the participant window, you will also see some yes, no, go slower, go faster, some other icons. You can use them as well. Last but not the least, this is supposed to be a fun meeting, so have fun. Ensure that you enjoy yourself. As I often say, God gave you 2 ears and one mouth so that you listen more and you talk less. So let's do that. Let's listen more, listen to what the other people have to say. And with that, I invite you to listen to our presiding officer, one of the most diligent Toastmasters that I have seen, and someone who will be almost always the first to the scene. With a huge round of applause, let us welcome our Vice President of Education, Toastmaster Kapil Kakkar.
Thank you.
Once again you can use the reactions button to showcase applause, just like I did and Gayatri did. Over to you, Kapil.
Thank you, Rupinder. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I welcome all the members and the guests in our meeting number 504. And I'm sure that, as usual, we are going to have a great meeting. I would like to have a quick introduction from our guest today. I see quite a few guests joined today. So may I start with Gayatri, you first?
Hello, everybody. I'm Gayatri Deshmukh, and I joined Toastmasters Club last week. And this week, I have an opportunity to be our counter for Blue Quest Club, and I'm looking forward to an amazing journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Gayatri. Uh, Amita Saxena, can we have a quick introduction from yourself? You are on mute if you are speaking. Okay. Abhilash. Seems people have having trouble. Okay. Urfi Abdul?
Hello everybody, good morning. I am from Embark Toastmasters Club. I'm the secretary for the club as well as the area. I help Ragini. I am here as your grammarian today. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Urfi. Meenakshi Arora?
Hi, Kapil. Good morning, everyone. I'm Meenakshi. I'm from TCS Metrical Masters Club. Every week, Rupinder sends this invite to attend this meeting in the early morning. Today, I got a fair chance, so I joined.
Thank you.
Also,
Thank you.
Meenakshi is the area director in Division G.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
G4.
Welcome, Meenakshi.
Yeah.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
Meenakshi.
Thank you.
All right. Shivpriya?
Shipriya is not a guest. Shipriya is
I'm
a
a member.
Oh, yeah.
A member.
Yeah. And Silky, I see Silky joining the meeting today.
Silky, if you could introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi. I'm Silky Mahajan. I'm from Silokhera and I am in the MX account. So today is my first Toastmaster meeting. So I just don't know much about this, but I'm looking forward to it.
Great.
Thank you, Silky. And Amita Saxena, if you could hear us, can you unmute yourself and introduce? No, I guess. And Abhilash? Okay.
Abhilash is not here. I don't think so. Let's move
All
on.
right. Nimisha? Again.
Thank you so much. It has been a week after week meeting which I have been coming to, and as a member only you treat always. So I am here today as a timer for you, and looking forward to great meeting. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. Rupinder, I don't have any role, so do you want me to play any role today? If in case someone has not joined.
Topic master is missing, so you might have to take over that role.
Tabletop master. All right, sure. With that, I would like to hand over the virtual stage to our TMOD Toastmaster of the day, who is Sumit. So Sumit, I guess this is the first time you are taking this TMOD role. So all the best and over to you.
Thanks for the last minute changes that I got this opportunity to be a Toastmaster of the day. I will start. My wife and I had an argument, and from that argument arose a misunderstanding. And the misunderstanding arose because of a very simple and very small word, which is that's fine. I thought everything is fine, but I clearly misunderstood her. Welcome to meeting number 504 of Bluefest. I might have misunderstood my wife, but I really don't want you to misunderstand this rule of and the structure of this meeting. A typical Toastmaster meeting consists of 3 parts. One is prepared speeches, where people prepare their speeches and deliver. And today we have two prepared speakers. Then comes the fun part, and that's called the table topics. And in table topics, be natural, be open, and make sure that you speak what table topics topic it actually is. Finally, the most important part of the meeting is the evaluation section. And today, the evaluation section is headed by our general evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Sourindra Bhowmick. And I would like to invite him so that he can introduce the supplementary role players. Over to you, DTM Sourindra Bhowmick.
Thank you so much, DTM Sumit. TM Sumit, but very soon to become a DTM. I'm absolutely sure about that. It's my role as the general evaluator today will consist of evaluating the entire meeting, and along with that, I will be seeking the help of my main evaluators for this for the prepared speech. Today we have two prepared speeches, wherein uh, Toastmaster Payal Agarwal and DTM Rupinder Singh will be presenting their speeches, and they will be evaluated by DTM Shipriya for Payal and Ruchit, TM Ruchita for Rupinder. Along with that, I have a very important theme of the timer, the R counter, and the grammarian. And we have timer in the form of Toastmaster Nimisha. I have as an R counter Toastmaster Gayatri, and as a grammarian, Urfia, who will be helping us with the grammar part, the grammar part of it. She has already sent out her word of the day, which is iota, and I will now request each of the tag team members to come on the virtual stage and explain their roles for today's meeting. So may I call on the timer, which is Toastmaster Nimisha. Nimisha, over to you.
Thank you so much, distinguished Master Sourindra. Today, I will be the timer for the day, and I would like to apprise you all by the method I will be showing the cards. I'll be showing them in the form of the virtual background. Green will be shown like this, yellow will be shown like this, and red will be shown like this. And for all the speakers, I will request please keep an eye on the timer screen. You can go to the gallery view for that, or you can opt to pin the timer for the same. Now the timings part. We have two prepared speeches, both 5 to 7 minutes. So at 5 I will be showing green, at 6 I will be showing yellow, at 7 I will be showing red, and the speakers both have buffer of 30 seconds on upper and the lower side. Similarly, for the table topics, 1 minute to 2 minute, one green, 1 minute and 30 seconds yellow, 2 minutes red, and the speaker has a buffer of 30 minutes on 30 seconds on the upper side. That means 1 till 2 minute and 30 seconds. 30 seconds to wind up if the speaker has not completed till 2. For the evaluators, the timing is 2 to 3 minutes, 2 green, 2 minutes and 30 seconds yellow, and at 3 I will show red, and again 30 seconds to cover up. All in all, I will be timing all the role players who will be on the stage, and I will be sharing my report once called upon by journal evaluator. Over to you, Mr. Journal Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nimisha. Very well explained. Now, may I move to the R counter, where Toastmaster Gayatri will be helping us with being the R counter of the day.
Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, I'm the R counter of the day. Filler words or crutches caused an interruption in the speech, which distracts the attention of the audience. They reduce the impact of the speech. I shall make a note of the pauses, filter words, repetitions, and words used by the speakers and the role players. Filler words like right, well, so, unintentional will also be noted. Any unintentional and excessively long pauses during this I will submit my report in the evaluation session. Thank you so much. Over to you, Sourindra.
Thank you, Gayatri. So now can I go over to the grammarian and request Ulfia to come on the virtual stage and explain her role of a grammarian.
Thank you. Mr. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, as the grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any misusage of the English language as well as the outstanding usage. For today's meeting, the word of the day is iota, which is the 9th letter of the Greek alphabet and can be used to describe an extremely small amount. For example, nothing she said seemed to make an iota of difference. It is a synonym of a bit, a dash, or a pinch. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day in their speeches. I will present my report when called upon by the general evaluator. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Otria. I hope now there's no iota of doubt on what the different roles of the TAC team is. I will submit my general evaluator's report when called on by the Toastmaster of the Day at the end of the second session and starting of the third session. So for now, may I hand over the stage, the virtual stage again, to our TMOD of the day. Over to you.
Thank you, Sourindra. Many times we hear that people say many things and then they later say that, oh, I have been misquoted. This is not what I meant. Great teachers and even scholars are mostly misquoted and misunderstood by many of us. And many centuries ago, one great teacher, Chanakya, said that straight trees are cut first. The mostly this quote is misleading to many and very few people use it in the right context. Often it is used as one should not be honest to survive in this world, and sometimes it is used that one should not be simple and straightforward enough. It's like one should be crooked and one should not be simple, right? Chanakya was the very honest person. He was very honest person. He is also a very simple man, and he believes in simple living and high thinking. And how can then he would be saying that don't be honest, or maybe honesty and simplicity will probably lead you to difficulties? It might, but he actually did not want you to mean it. There is a very thin line between being innocent and being a fool. And that when we think over it, we'll come to understand that we will be able to understand that Chanakya was talking about fools in this statement and not about being honest, not about being straightforward. And he compared fools with the straight trees. Let me invite my first speaker, Payal. And before I do that, I'll call her evaluator, Shipriya, to read out the speech objectives. Shipriya.
Thank you so much, Mr. Toastmaster of the Day. A very good morning to everyone. Today, Payal would be delivering a speech from Level 2, Project 3, Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. The purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring, also to share some aspect of a previous experience as a protege. All the very best, Payal.
Payal, over
Yes.
to you. Please start with your speech topic because I don't have it. So I request you to please start with your speech topic.
Sure, Sumit. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. Before I really tell you what's my speech topic, let me start with a quote. Two heads are better than one. Yes, definitely. And Toastmasters mentoring is all about working in pairs. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. The title of my speech today is Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. We all are here at Toastmasters for different reasons. If I were to ask the people present in this meeting as to why are you here? Are you here to be better leaders? Show a thumbs up. How many here are here to be better speakers? Show a thumbs up. And lastly, how many are here just to socialize and make friends, which is completely fine because it is Toastmasters is one place where we get to meet people from across the globe, and more so now that we are virtually connected. So on this note, if I were to buddy people from the first category who wants to be better leaders with someone who shows up the best leadership skills, won't it be very effective for that person to take the right guidance? Similarly, if I were to choose from the second category of people who want to become better speakers and team them up with someone who always creates a magic on the stage, who's non-verbal and verbal skills are so infectious, won't that be helpful again for that person who wants to improve his or her performance at every meeting? And lastly, for someone who has just joined, for the third category of speakers who have just joined Toastmasters to make friends, won't it be a great idea to befriend them with someone who shows up at every occasion of Toastmasters and who uses their PR skills to get in touch with their fellow Toastmasters? So I'm sure you all must be wondering, am I trying to matchmake amongst all the Toastmasters? Though not in the literal sense, but this is exactly how Toastmasters mentorship really works. It is here where two people, one being a mentor and the other being a mentee, work in collaboration and help to improve the other. Now, on this note, let me tell you why mentorship is important in Toastmasters. Mentorship is important in Toastmasters because someone has been on this journey before you had been, because someone has done the graph, because someone has really worked hard to be here where you want to be. And so now looking back, he knows how to help you and support you with all you want to need help with. Now, sharing my own experience at my Toastmasters journey, I still remember how awestruck I used to be listening to the well-rehearsed and confident speeches from my experienced Toastmasters. I would always leave the meeting thinking, would I be able to create the same magic on the stage? Even though all my experienced Toastmasters had great stories about their Toastmasters journey, but I remained oblivious as to what strategies and preparations I need to adopt to go in the same path. But it was not too late before I was assigned a mentor a mentor. Amri Shapuri was assigned to be my official mentor at Toastmasters. I was very happy about the fact that she was my mentor because I used to love listening to her thought-provoking speeches. I knew I could reach out to her anytime I needed because she was kind beyond words. I still remember we were contesting for a club contest and she helped me pull through by working on my strong points so that I feel confident. I'm really grateful to her for all her mentorship skills, and I still look forward on my ongoing journey for her guidance. Unofficially, all my fellow Toastmasters have been a mentor all along. From all the recommendations that I receive at every meeting for my role play, I try to pick up and work on it. But it would be very unthankful on my part if I do not give a special mention to Rupinder sir. If he hadn't been for him, I would not have been able to play my role as a sergeant at arms so smoothly. If it hadn't been for him, I would not have been part of the Toastmasters meeting that I conducted throughout. Toastmasters training that I conducted throughout. If it hadn't been for him, I would not have been able to deal with the stage fight at impromptu speeches. So both officially and unofficially, Rupinder sir has been a great mentor throughout my Toastmasters journey. Now, having said about the importance of mentorship in a Toastmasters program. Now, if, what sorry. So now that we know the importance of mentorship in a Toastmasters program, now let me share with you how we can make the most of this mentorship program. Once we are assigned a mentor, we need to get in touch with the mentor as to find out what is the preferred mode of communication. Do they prefer a telephonic call or just a message? Secondly, we need to find out how much time commitment does our mentor allow. If our mentors prefers to sit down for an hour once a month, or do they prefer to talk to you once in a week? We need to find out the maximum time allotted so that we can take this relationship further. And lastly, we need to have a checklist as to so that we can discuss on all the areas we need help with our mentors. All said, I would now like to conclude by saying that Toastmaster mentorship is a two-way process. As a protégé, it is our responsibility to reach out to our mentors for every help we need along our Toastmasters journey, and to reach out our objective of becoming great leader, speaker, or befriend someone. And as a mentor, it is their responsibility to provide support throughout for everything which we require. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day. Am I audible?
Yes, Payal.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Payal. Our next speaker is distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder. Rupinder's speech is coincidentally also about misunderstanding. But before I call Rupinder on stage, I would like to call his evaluator Ruchita to read out his speech objectives.
Good morning, everyone. So the topic of speech for Rupinder is connect, confirm, commit, and the purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic and receiving feedback. Over to you, Rupinder, sir. Over to you, TMOD, Sumit.
I'm calling on stage Rupinder. Connect, confirm, commit. Connect, confirm, commit. Rupinder.
My wife and I had an argument, a disagreement. And like all sensible husbands, I did the most sensible thing I could. I conceded she was wrong. I was wrong. Not she, I was wrong. And then I asked her the question, what would you have me do? Her answer, to me, at least at that point, was unambiguous. She said, do whatever you feel like. What can be ambiguous in do whatever you feel like? 5 words. So I did whatever I felt like. I turned on the television. 5 seconds later, I had a broken remote in my hand. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and husbands with broken remotes in their hands. Communication, as has been espoused before, is a two-way process. There is the sender and then there is the receiver. Simple. But in that sending and receiving, a lot of things happen. A lot of misunderstandings happen. A lot of misinterpretations happen. which leaves not even an iota of doubt that communication is not as easy as we claim it to be, which is why Toastmasters is spread across more than 140 countries with more than 16,000 clubs. But how do we ensure proper communication? I alluded to that when I played the role of Sergeant at Arms earlier. I said God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, so that you learn to listen more and speak less. What is the difference between listening and hearing? That is what I'm going to touch upon through the 3 C's of active listening. The first C is to connect. Where did I miss out on the first C? When my wife said, do whatever you feel like, I took the literal meaning. I did not listen. I did not empathize. I did not take into account what she actually meant. Those of you who might say that I am not at fault clearly have not been called upon by the insurance agents or by the cell phone companies, where they keep on telling you, rhyming the same line to you, they keep on parroting the same line to you without even caring for whether you're willing to listen or buy the product or not. They are not being able to connect with you. So the first C of active listening is to connect. Now, where did I go wrong? The second place. I misinterpreted her message. Now, when you misinterpret messages, what happens? You end up with a broken report. But what could I have done not to misinterpret her message? It is a simple thing called confirmation. Confirming. We all have heard the joke where a person is asked to buy avocados, and if there are avocados, to get 6 racks of eggs. The person turns up with 6 racks of eggs. That is 144 eggs. Why? Because there were avocados. That person simply did not confirm. He simply followed the instructions. Similarly, I did not confirm. Of course, it can be argued that with the kind of the mood that my wife was in, probably confirming was not the right thing to do. For me, confirming would have been, oh, so you really want me to do whatever you want, whatever I should do? And she would have responded with, you think? You really think that? And that probably would have given me a message that no, she does not want me to do whatever I want to do. And that is your second C, which is confirming. If I was to take the example of an insurance agent, that insurance agent would probably want to, the good ones, they probably confirm with you, sir, I am going to go ahead with this course of action. Do I have your yes or no or not? And that is confirmation. The third one, the third C is to commit as to what is it that you are going to do. So you've connected with a person, you've confirmed that this is what needs to be done. The third step is to outline what you are going to do. In the case of the broken remote, I could have said that, okay, clearly you don't want me to do whatever I want to do, which means that turning on the television right now will not be a good idea, which means that what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go out of this room. I'm going to sit. When you cool down, come and we'll have a chat. You're loving a husband like me right now, aren't you? You wish that your husbands could have a foresight like that, but we are husbands, we don't have that. But that is the third step the third C of active listening, which is to commit to a course of action. So, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and husbands with broken remotes. 3 steps: connect, confirm, commit. Now, does that apply only to husbands? Does that not apply to our daily communication? Can we not do that? Every day we are told to do things, we assume something is to be done, and we do something totally the opposite. It happens, and that is what leads to mistake. What if we simply choose to connect? Okay, I'm listening to you. Confirm, is this what you want done, yes or no? And then commit, these are the steps I'm going to carry out, so that we achieve the desired result. If I extend it to a Toastmasters meeting, I ask you to perform a role, you confirm that you are performing that role, and then you commit to performing that role and not back out of that role. We will have many more exciting meetings. So once again, connect, confirm, commit. Else, you'll end up with a broken remote. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Rupinder. I think this speech has helped me in making, and it has made my job even simpler. And you have given a method uh, how to avoid misunderstanding, and that's where I am also leading this meeting to. Uh, I'll now start with another misunderstood quote, and this quote is from Gita, and this is a widely used and mostly quoted in the wrong sense always. In Gita, there is a shlok, कर्मणा विधिकारस्य मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतु त संकोच कर्मणि. Forgive me with my bad Sanskrit and all, but something meaning that we mostly use this when we mostly hear this from our bosses or somebody who is senior to us and is to a subordinate, saying that to extract actually more work from him, he usually say, I don't think about too much about the result, do the work, I'll take care of it in the later day, and you don't worry, be calm. And we keep doing work, and sometimes we at the end of the day or at the end of the time when the results come, we usually say, why I have been working for such a boss for such a long working hours, and he's fooling me right now with my so-called performance appraisals, right? Exactly. There's a very thin line here also between being foolish and being understanding what exactly this means. These things are meaningful to us. Krishna will like to enslave us. They would never say that don't use your mind. Mind has been given to us for one purpose, and that purpose is to think before acting, right? So we should not go with what we are getting from the crowd as such, but we actually need to think about it. What is actually meaning of it? If somebody tells me don't think, just work, just think about it. So on basically the literal meaning of this shloka is, on your duty you have the right. This is your duty, is your right, and you not the fruit of it could be, right? And never for the desire of fruit make an action, because when you are thinking of a fruit only, you might do a wrong action also. When you're thinking about a fruit, then you might say I want this fruit, and you will turn a blind eye to the action that you are taking. So every time you take an action, one should think about what exactly I'm doing, is it right, wrong, and you have to think for sure. And you should not leave thinking to your bosses, to your masters, and that's mostly what Krishna would never say, right? I hope you don't understand the key table topics. The key to table topic is basically to understand the table topic first and then speak about it. And you can also assume that if you assume something and then you speak about it, it might lead to the wrong direction. Hopefully that will not happen today. And I'm leaving it to our table topic master today, who is Kapil.
I think Samod has joined, so Samod will be taking over this session. This part.
Yes, Samod. Over to you, Samod.
Thank you so much, Mr. Toastmaster of the day. Good morning, everyone. My apologies for joining late. So, as the table topic session, which is the most funniest segment of the Toastmasters meeting, and where everyone, be the speakers and the guests, get a chance to speak. So let me introduce how the table topic I'm going to present today. So again, the speakers have the time limits of maximum 2 minutes 30 seconds and minimum 1 minute. And I will be giving you the topic that is on the spot, and you have to speak. And for the guest, I want to help you with that. Whenever I give you the topic, just have your first thoughts that comes in your mind. Just formulate one short story having opening, body, and conclusion, and just give your mini speech. I'm looking forward to have the nominations from you all. So who wants to go first? Can I have a raise of hand? I think Meenakshi. Okay, Meenakshi. Are you ready, Meenakshi?
Yes, Samod, I'm ready.
Great. So your topic is fitness is like a relationship. You can't cheat and expect it to work. I repeat the topic. Your fitness is like a relationship. You can't cheat and expect it to work. Your thoughts?
Thank you, table topic master Samod. Today when I woke up, there was a severe backache. I was suffering with a severe backache. What was the reason for that? Last night, when I was sleeping, there was ache in my hands, my head was paining. I had complete body ache. What was the reason for that? But today, when I sit here, and this topic also gave me one realization that the key word which was missing in my life was fitness. I was not feeling fit. I was not fit. That was causing all this suffering, all these pains. So what should we do about fitness? Would we be fit by just sitting in a chair and we'll be fit? No, my dear friends, we cannot be fit like that. To be fit, we have to put in our efforts. How to do that? Will someone come and pull me out of my chair and say, do this, do that, and be fit? No. I have to get up, gather my courage, and do some yoga poses or do some running or exercise to get fit. And what would be the result of doing all this hard work? The result would be I'll have low cholesterol, low hypertension, and I'll be calm, and I'll be able to speak with more composure and calmness, and I'll be able to communicate my message better if I'm fit. If I'm not fit, I'm not physically fit, or if I'm not mentally fit, I can't do the things right. Physical fitness is a commitment to oneself, and we should not cheat ourselves by just ignoring this important aspect of our lives. We should dedicate a particular time frame on a daily basis to keep ourselves fit so that we can do something for the others as well. Unless we are fit, we cannot do it for others also. Over to the table topic master.
Thank you so much, Meenakshi, for your wonderful thought. Can we have the next nomination?
We can ask Vaishali.
Okay. Vaishali, are you ready?
Yes, I am, and I'm sorry I will not turn on my video because I'm in kitchen preparing breakfast for my husband. And
No
you
worries.
must be, thank you so much, and you must be thinking how wonderful wife I am, but no, it is not the case. It is just that my husband is going to office, so I have to be in the kitchen. Otherwise, he does that.
No worries. Accepted, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So your topic, Vaishali, is many people make you smile, many people make you cry, but there are few who makes you laugh with tears in your eyes. Share such a special moment in your life.
That is a table topic.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. TMOD, for giving me this topic. And what a beautiful platform to share my experience. There is not only one experience where I was left, laughing. And to start off with, we have your best speaker, Rupinder sir. Every time I get into a conversation with him, no matter how upset I am, no matter how happy I am, no matter how busy I am, his conversation always makes me laugh. I am not too sure how does he do that. And when he was saying that he had an argument with his wife, I was wondering, really, is he lying? How could such a jolly person could ever have an argument or disagreement with someone? So yes, Rupinder is one of them who always makes me laugh. Second one is Meenakshi Arora. I was extremely upset one day and I was into tears. Let me be honest with you. I was into tears. I was not able to accept that something that has happened to me. And I picked up the phone. I called up Meenakshi. You won't believe that 15-minute conversation I have had with her, I ended up laughing. And then I did an introspection as to what did she do? Just 15 minutes conversation and she made me laugh. And that too, my cheeks were actually paining. So yes, I think it is imperative to have such positive personalities around you. And I would say all of you are fortunate enough to have these people in your group. And I'm not saying just because I am one of the Toastmasters and I'm passionate about Toastmasters. No, these are my real life experiences. And I am extremely grateful to these two people. And I share this with all my fellow Toastmasters, my friends and family. So these are my two experiences, and I am sure I'm going to have many more with these two people around. Thank you so much, and over to you, Mr. TMOD.
Thank you so much, Vaishali.
Thank you.
So who is the next person of the brave heart?
I would ask Silky or Sachin to take up a topic, and I would request you to please keep the topic simple.
I will. Thank you.
Sachin, Silky, are you ready? Anyone? Sachin
Okay,
is ready.
Sachin. Okay. Sachin, are you ready? We can't hear you.
Sachin, you'll have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So Sachin, your topic is, you have to share your thoughts on the benefits of being fat.
Being fat.
Yeah.
So this is a very tough topic, I believe, because being fat, profit of being fat is, I don't know. Like, if you ask me how to reduce the fat, then I can say something. So I really don't know any profit of the being fat.
Sachin, just talk about your favorite holiday spot, and I've given you a pattern. Just follow that. Just talk about
Yeah,
your favorite holiday place.
yeah. My favorite holiday is this one place of like Purnagiri. It is in Uttaranchal, district Anakpur, right? And it is a very famous. I can say the Mata Mandir like that, and this is my most favorite place, right? Where I can. It's similar like a Vaishno Devi, but where I can see the Nepal and I can go over there and run on the mounts. I'm a very sporty person, right? So I love to run. I love to travel. I love to trekking and all the things. And in that place, I fulfill my all the wishes. Like uh, with my friends, I come to the worship and I feel like that I am doing something for my body as well, and I just chill out over there with the true nature. And the hills are very, I love hills, right? So I can see the Nepal a very good view of the Nepal from there. And it's in India only, but from the top of the mountain, we can see the Nepal, and there's one river like Sharda, right? And it's very good. And that is a border of the India and Nepal. So I really love to go over there.
Great.
Thank you, Sachin.
So I would like to add one more thing, right? This is my first session, right? So I'm just trying to understand what's going on, right? So might be next time I will do some better.
You've done great, Sachin, already. You've done very well.
Thank you.
Yes. And Sachin, see, in table topics or in the where you get these topics on the spot, even the veteran speaker also, they have also the butterfly in their stomach. When they go for table topics, it happens. And when you get a topic, any topic, it doesn't matter that you have to give your opinion in the favor of the topic. You can, in table topic, you can say anything against or for. Your opinions are welcome.
We have time for one more topic, Samod. So
Yes.
let's try and find our next table topic speaker.
Yeah, who is the next speaker? Wants to pick table topic?
Silky, do you want to go?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So Silky, your topic is float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Your thoughts?
Yeah. Hi, good morning. My name is Silky Mahajan. And my thoughts on this topic is whenever you are happy and whenever you are like cheerful or whatever the going in your life is perfectly fine, then you float like a butterfly in your life. And whenever you are not happy and someone is hurting you or someone is not able to understand you and they all are judgmental about you, so you always try to sink like a bee. This is not the nature of your life, but how can you control yourself? Because every time you are not pleased to everyone and every time you are not make create happiness for everyone, and you tried your heart and you want to be happy and still you are not giving happiness to everyone. So but any situation, just try to float like a butterfly. This is my opinion.
Thank you so much,
What?
Silky.
I think that is all we have time for right now.
Timer, do we have a time for one more?
I think we should hand over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for your prompt response. So over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Kapil.
Thank you, table topic master. What I stated till now is basically two misunderstood and misquoted quotes. And I think, but the problem here is the misunderstanding is now prevalent in almost everything that we hear and that is passed to us by our ancestors over the generations, because there's a big chain of communication happening, and then as we move from one person to another person, there's a difference in the message that is passed on. So right, so before acting on anything that is passed on to us by our forefathers, just because they have been said to us by our forefathers, and we should not just blindfoldly act on it. That would be foolish for all of us. We should apply our thinking, understanding to figure out what exactly probably they might be meaning when they said something like that at that point of time. So if we just sit down and understand when we get some messages, just as Rupinder said, that commit and then two more things starting from C. I forgot actually. So So if we just invest little bit time, we would be able to understand the meaning behind it, and misunderstanding will not happen. So now I would like to invite general evaluator, and today fortunately we have a general evaluator who is a person who can remove any misunderstanding between any two parties, and that is our distinguished Toastmaster Sourindra Bhowmick. And I would like him to come on stage and help us clarify whatever misunderstanding may have happened during our meeting while we perform our respective roles. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Sourindra Bhowmick.
Thank you so much, TMOD Sumit. Uh, Before we go into the next section, I think we would have to first do an evaluation of the prepared speeches. So what I'm going to do is request GTM Shipriya to come on the virtual stage and give her evaluation of the first speech, which was delivered by Payal. Over to you. Shipriya, there you are without your specs. I can see you. And
Thank you very much. And my hair tied up. Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. A very good morning to one and all. It's indeed a pleasure evaluating a speech which is on mentoring. Two heads are better than one. That is what the Toastmaster started with. And that shows that why mentoring is important. Because automatically, before even she started explaining the role of a mentor or the importance of mentor, she set the context very well, that the more the merrier when it comes to developing one. What I liked about Payal's speech is that she covered both the aspect of the purpose of the speech. Number one, how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. That means what is the context of a mentoring program in Toastmasters. Secondly, she also shared some of her anecdotes with her mentors, which is Toastmaster Ambri as well as distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder. I like the way when she also explained that how the mentoring has impacted her performance as a Toastmaster and how the mentoring can be contextualized to different needs of a member. Number one, somebody who's trying to improve their leadership skills. Number two, someone who's trying to improve their communication skills, or someone who's just here so that they could have a good time. What I also liked about the speech structure is that she also gave a plan of action or a call for action. Number one, what is that, or how do you define your communication channel with your coach, with your mentor? And number two, how is that you stay, or what are the expectations you set so that it becomes very effective? In order to take it to the next level, I have some recommendations, and I would request the speaker to consider them before she delivers her next speech. Point number one, in case if the speaker asks any question or requests the audience to give a thumbs up, I would request her to give a few seconds so that the audience could respond. In such a way, the audience will feel valued. Otherwise, it would look like a check in the box, and I'm sure that your intent was to engage the audience. So you could do it in a better way by allowing some time for the audience to respond. Number two, I would also like you to quickly share some of the anecdotes or very specific anecdotes which could tell you that how mentoring has helped you in performing in your personal life. So we understood that how Sergeant at Arms role was played better because of your mentor, or how you were able to deliver effective speeches. But outside Toastmasters could also give a gamut of, or it could also help others understand the importance of mentoring. And number three, I would request you to kindly prepare and come back and not apologize on stage. Please ensure that you are here and we are here to listen to you. You're here to deliver some key insights to us. So please do not apologize on stage at any point of time. Only you know that you have not been doing your, or you're not able to recall your speech. Use this as a superpower and then give your best. Overall, great content, lovely anecdotes, a little bit of preparation, and maybe a better engagement of an audience. I'm sure you'll be able to deliver a much more effective speech. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, PTM Shiva. Now, may I call on Toastmaster Ruchita. Yeah, now I see you, Ruchita. Ruchita, can you be kind enough to give us your evaluation of DTM Rupinder Singh's speech?
Sure. Thank you, General Evaluator. It is my privilege to evaluate this speech today. And what I would like to mention is that Rupinder said you excelled at context setting. It was there was a good use of the word of the day, and you elaborated the scenario very well, giving engaging the audience, and the theme to every part of the theme, like connect, confirm, and commit, which was like engaging from the audience point of view. And obviously we now understand how we can improve in our day-to-day life to remove the miscommunication where possible. One thing which I think you can work on is the vocal variety. There, I found it a bit missing throughout the speech, so we can add that to the complete speech, and definitely it can be improved on that side. Otherwise, overall, a very well structured and engaging speech. Thank you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Ruchita. Now, may I call on the tag team, and I will start from the bottom, that is from G. So, can I call on the grammarian, which is our Toastmaster, Ufia? Okay, over to you. But I do not see her here. Yeah, there
Thank
she is.
you. Thank you, General Evaluator. It was a pleasure listening to your speeches today. I've made a note of all the excellent grammar usages, such as by Toastmaster of the Day Sumit, straight trees are cut first. Phrases like simple living, high thinking, a thin line, to turn a blind eye, which means pretend not to notice. Moving on to speaker number 1, Payal, two heads are better than one, infectious, oblivious, which means not be aware of something, prodigy, which means an outstanding example of a particular quality. She used prodigy. Moving on to speaker 2, Rupinder, unambiguous, alluded, foresight. These were some of the really good words he used. The table topic, speaker 1, Meenakshi. She used a phrase, fitness is a commitment to ourself. Table topic, speaker 2, Vaishali. Words like imperative, which means of vital importance. Evaluator 1, Shivpriya. She used anecdote, which means a short or interesting story, envisions, contextualize, which means to place something in a context. A phrase like call for action. There were, I would also like to point out some of the sentences that were used incorrectly. Some of them are having said about, instead of saying having said that. Another example was, I love to traveling. Instead, we could say, I love traveling or I love to travel. Pleased to everyone, instead of saying please everyone. And we had word of the day used by General Evaluator Sourindra and Rupinder. Thank you. I hope everyone can use it more often in your future speeches. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ufia. And now can I request our R counter, which is Toastmaster Gayatri, to come on the virtual stage and give her report of the R count.
Thank you so much, Sourindra. It was a wonderful and power-packed session, and let's see where everybody had their R's and filler words and repetition and pauses. So our first speaker, Payal, she had 9 times R. Repetition of words was 4 times. Filler words were used 4 times and pauses were 2. Shivpriya, her evaluator, she had 5 times repetition words were 3, filler words was 1, and pause was 1. Speaker 2, Rupinder, he had 4 R's and 1 pause. He had no repetition or a filler word. His evaluator Ruchita, she had 14 R's, 1 repetition, and 3 filler words. She had no pauses. Among the table topic speakers, Minakshi had 1 repetition word, 3 filler words, and 1 pause. There was no in her speech. Vaishali had 2 R's, 4 repetition words, and 4 filler words, no pause. Sachin had 10 1 repetition, and 9 filler words, no pause. Silky had 1 repetition word, 4 filler words, and 1 pause. She also did not have so many R's in her speeches. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gayatri. May I now call on our timer of the day, which is Toastmaster Divisha Singh. Divisha, over to you, please.
Thank you so much, Mr. Journal Evaluator. So I will start by the SAR, who took around 2 minutes and 46 seconds to apprise us of all about the housekeeping rules and the mission statement. Coming forward to presiding officer, Toastmaster Kapil, he took almost 4 minutes and 30 seconds to address all the guests. TMOD, Toastmaster Sumit, he took almost 9 minutes up till now for his session for his theme. Journal evaluator session for the introduction and the pricing about the time, about the roles, took 6 minutes and 25 seconds. Speaker 1, Payal, and both of the speakers have overshoot the time of 7 minutes and 30 seconds, that is the buffer as well. Toastmaster Payal took 8 minutes and 20 seconds, and Toastmaster Rupinder took 7 minutes and 44 seconds. Coming to table topic section, table topic speaker 1, Minakshi, took 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Speaker 2, Vishali, took 1 minute and 55 seconds. Speaker 3, Sachin, 2 minutes. Speaker 4, Silky, 1 minute and 12 seconds. Coming to Toastmaster table topic complete section, it took 13 minutes and 51 seconds. Evaluator 1, 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Evaluator 2, Toastmaster Ruchita, 1 minute and 10 seconds. Romarian, for her report, she took 2 minutes and 5 seconds, and our counter up till now took 1 minute and 33 seconds to share her report, and I have taken 1 minute and 40 seconds. Over to you, Mr. Journal Evaluator.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the tag team. And now, can I go ahead and give my evaluation of the meeting? Since we have DTM Rupinder Singh, who starts the clock and the recording, there was no doubt that we would have to start right at 8:30, and I'm so impressed because there was a problem on my system, but I just hit the button right on time, and 8:30 was when the meeting started. That was amazing, and I really hope that we keep doing that, and I am also hoping that we'll close right on time. Now let's look at the individual roles and how things happened. The designated Sergeant at Arms pulled out at the very last moment saying that she didn't have the script. I would like to kindly make a request to every role player that they must prepare themselves for the role, and it cannot be an extempo thing done at that point of time because it doesn't set the process of the meeting well. However, I thank DTM Rupinder to come in and do a brilliant job of introducing the meeting by explaining all the rules that need to be followed by us in the meeting as the Sergeant at Arms. Then I had called on the tag team, and the tag team was really good because they outlined all their roles very well and very precisely. Now, can I please come on to the next aspect, and that is the evaluator. Before I talk about the evaluations, I only have one point of view, which is really not part of this evaluation, but I couldn't stop myself from making this comment, and that is about DTM Rupinder's third C. If you had noticed, Rupinder had asked Chetna to come to him when the when she would have cooled down, when her anger would be less. Isn't that a very male chauvinistic approach? Why? When you are already under her control, just walk over and talk to her. That's my only comment, which I should not be doing as far as the speakers are concerned. However, I must say that both the evaluators did a very good job. I loved the recommendations that Shiva, DTM Shivpriya has given today, especially about not apologizing. The speaker, if well prepared, and if the person is not following a script which is laid out in front of you, and you're reading from the script, and therefore you have to change pages and things like that, would actually affect the speaking, and she really picked it up very well and spoke about it. The other is about Ruchita. Yes, I know it's a little difficult to do uh, a, a very senior speaker like Rupinder when you have to evaluate that person. But I do think that there was one point of view which you missed out. The word of the day was not what Rupinder was aligned to, and that's what you started your speech with. It was actually the theme of the day. That was one point I wanted to explain to you. Overall, you did a very good job, and some of the suggestions that you had made a lot of sense if you really look at the depth of the speech which Rupinder had given. For the tag team, the grammarian, Urfia, you were excellent. You did a great job. I'm really impressed. The accounter uh, was Gayatri, and Gayatri, you did a very extensive and good report which covered all the aspects, and thank you for being such a fantastic listener. Nimisha, as usual, you were precise, you had your numbers and everything in place, and that was very well done. Now let me talk about the table topic master. DTM Toastmaster Samod, I believe the topics that you had were well thought of, or I would recommend that you should make the topics short, because you must understand that the table topic speakers are already under a lot of tension because they don't know what is coming at them. And if you make it a very long topic, the person will get lost, and that could impact their total delivery of the speech. So make speeches which are, or topics which are not more than 5 or 6 words. Then it will become very effective and easier for the speakers to be able to grasp it easily. some of the table topics which came up, Meenakshi, you were able to capture the topic very well and was able to deliver a speech which had a very good content and it made a lot of impact. Vaishali, she has left the meeting, I believe, but even while cooking, if she was able to give you such a beautiful speech, kudos to her. She did a great job. Sachin, the topic given to you first was something which you could have thought about because you get about 30 seconds to think about it. And don't say, I can't say something. Think about it. And you'll realize that when you start thinking about it and you make an opening, you will get more thoughts and you'll be able to develop it. So asking for another topic, normally in Toastmasters, we don't do it. But even then, the speech that you spoke about your favorite holiday spot or placement was very well done, and you came up with a good thought. And I would want to go back and see this place because you convinced me that it's a beautiful place, and I keep going to Uttarakhand, so I could do this. Silky, I'm amazed. This is your first speech, and you did such a wonderful job. You covered exactly all the requirements which a very experienced Toastmaster would find difficult to do. And you did a wonderful job, this being your first speech. Thank you for having come to this meeting and given this speech. And then the man of the hour, and that is Sumit. Toastmaster Sumit, as the TMOD of the day, you were brilliant. You had a good grasp about the topic. You thought about it. You spoke about the history of Chanakya and how you were able to dovetail it into the topic of the day. I must compliment you for a brilliant work that you have done. Now, since we are nearing the closing time, I will thank all of you for making this meeting a beautiful meeting and look forward to keep having you guys with us. And now, over to you, TMOD Sumit, to carry on. Thank you.
Thank you, Sourindra sir, for such good evaluation of all of us. And I understand that we did some mistakes, had some misunderstanding, but now in future we would be better off with your evaluation. Many times we hear that some political figures, some actors and famous personalities, they say something and then they say, "Oh, I didn't mean it." They retract what they said and they said, "I am misquoted. This is not what I meant," and something like that. And sometimes in this recent world where social media is so much more accepted by all of us, we see some people tweeting, and then after a minute or so, they just delete their tweet, understanding that this might have a repercussion, and then this might be potentially misunderstood by many. My question to them is, why at the first place doing something like this and then making ourselves in trouble, right? So it's better that whenever we have little less clarity about what we are gonna say, it's better to keep shut. And to everyone present here, to ensure that what we say is very much clear, concise, and correctly understood. What I'll give you, Rupinder sir has given a method which is connect, confirm, and commit. But I would like to add one more C to what he has said. His 3 C's and Sumit Juneja's 1 C is come to Toastmasters. That's another C that I want to add. Come regularly to the Toastmasters, and that would add to the clarity and will help us ensure that there is less of misunderstanding in our communication going forward. Thank you, everyone.
Over to the presiding officer, please.
All right. Thank you, Sumit. Uh, so we are almost at the end of the meeting. So before I conclude this meeting, I would like to thank all the guests for taking up the rules, and looking forward to see you all next week. But before we all leave today, there is a survey. So I would like you all to please fulfill that survey.
You might want to ask the guests for the feedback.
Yeah, but let's first do the survey.
Okay. I think you can start asking for feedback. We're getting responses, and then.
All right, sure. So can I have a feedback from our guest for our meeting today? So I will start with Gayatri first. Gayatri.
I don't feel like a guest anymore, honestly, but it was a wonderful meeting. I feel like a part of the team. And this is the second time that I'm playing a role in this club. So I actually feel like a part of the family. It was a wonderful session. And the theme, misunderstanding, was really very, very, very inspiring. And just for that one, the shlok that Sumit was referring to was Karmanyavadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturvhu mate sangostva karmani. Thank you.
Thank you, Gayatri. Good to hear that. Ulfia, could we have feedback from you?
Thank you. It was another lovely morning, a really good meeting. Like I said, even last time, it is a very warm and friendly environment here that I really love coming. I am looking forward to more meetings like this and coming here again. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I hope to see you next week as well. Meenakshi?
For giving me this opportunity to share my feedback. First of all, I thank all of you to make this morning really a special morning for me. And Rupinder told us about 3 C's. But I am taking along with those, 3 C's, I am taking along 3 E's also from this meeting. First, stands for energetic. I'm feeling very energetic. Second is enthusiastic, to start a day on such a positive note. And third one is ecstatic. I'm very happy. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
And I'll try to join you again. Thank you so much.
Sure. Looking forward to see you. Samod?
Thank you so much. Indeed, it's a wonderful meeting. I like the energy throughout from the beginning to the end. And I like the speakers, both speakers, as well as the table topic speakers, those who took part in the today's content. Okay. I would love to take part of another meetings and to take another role. And as Rupinder promised me, he will give me a topic in the tabletop in the last meeting. He didn't give me, so I cannot pardon him. Thank you so much.
Sourindra sir, give him a topic. Sourindra sir, give him a topic. The kind of the likes of ones that he gave.
No, let's keep it short. Let's short.
Yeah. Silky, how did you feel about the meeting?
Silky, will you unmute?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. What I feel about the meeting. So as you know that it is my very first meeting. So it's really very, very energetic. And I feel really encouraged that it's boost my energy that because it's really a different topic. And when I speak, so I don't know what I need to speak and how I need to start. I have done so many mistakes, which every evaluation I got to know that what I need to work on, and I will definitely work hard, and I will definitely attend the next meeting as well and show your like maybe some more content, or I'll be looking forward to you
Guys,
all.
did you realize that she has not even used one R in her speech? So that's amazing, amazing. I'm so impressed, Silky.
Thank you so much. I'm really, it's really mean to me. Really, because
Thank you so much
I'm
for
so
coming.
much worried to while I'm joining this meeting. I always connected to because that what I need to do and how how will we communicate and how it will work. So he will give me a like just a brief, and he just join, and you will definitely get some good thing over there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Silky. Rupinder sir, do you want to show the results?
We have Nimisha to
Nimisha.
give us
No,
her input.
Nimisha, we also have
We
Sachin,
learned
I
from you.
think. We
Sachin,
haven't, Sachin left, I think.
Yes, Sachin. Sorry. Sachin has moved out, if I'm not wrong.
Nimisha.
Nimisha, yeah.
Thank you so much. First of all, although as a formal making me as a guest, but informally you all have made me feel like a part of this club only, and I have really apart from the club meetings of my home club meetings, I really like the meetings. Start my day with being a part of your club meeting, and today I was an auxiliary role player, and it was like I'm improving day by day, and I can see the growth in myself by being the part of your club meetings as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nimisha. Thank you. So now could we have the results of the survey, please?
Sure, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, so we will start with the best speaker, and best speaker happens to be Payal Agarwal today. Great job, Payal. Congratulations. Wonderful speech. And this was your not prepared speech. I don't know what your prepared speech will be like. Okay, the best evaluator goes to Shipriya Gauri. I would say the prodigal child returns after a long time. Many congratulations. The best table.
Just to interrupt, sir, are you trying to be modest by giving me this certificate? Because I think you are more deserving.
You should stop thinking then. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Let's move on to the best table topic speaker. And the best table topic speaker was preparing breakfast while she was delivering her table topic, Vaishali Srivastava. Okay? Debunking the myth that multitasking is a myth. The best auxiliary role player, the one about whom there should not be an iota of doubt, the grammarian Urfia Abdul. Congratulations, Urfia. And we had two best role players today, by the way. It was a tie. So the first one, of course, is Distinguished Toastmaster Sourindra Bhowmick. Very well deserved, wonderful general evaluation. The second one is a person playing this role for the first time. Many congratulations, Sumit Juneja, for a very well earned joint award. I did not have a vote, and Sourindra sir will also appreciate it. If I had a vote, I would have voted for you, Sumit. That was an excellent performance, one of the best performances that I have seen, almost on an impromptu basis as um, Toastmaster of the day. So that's it from my side. Let's take roles for next week.
Right.
Avjinder, you have not taken TMOD for a long time. Or you haven't taken it ever. Am I correct?
No, I've taken once, but long time back. Yeah, you're right. Long time back.
Okay, so you are TMOD next week.
Okay.
Couple start
So
taking.
yeah, so I can be one speaker for next week.
Couple
And
is a speaker. Couple, write your name down. Shipriya, can
yeah,
you take on table topic master?
Sure, I can do that.
Okay, Shipriya is the table topics master. Anybody else?
So, yeah, I can be the general evaluator.
You want to take general evaluator? Okay, we've got a
Yes, sir.
general evaluator. Just
Thank
be,
you so much.
can
I
be an
have to rush to
evaluator.
office right now. Thank you.
thank you. Just be at the meeting at 8:15 next week, 8:15. Shipriya was on time today. Would expect the same.
Congratulations.
अब ये आ गया ऐसी नौबत आ गई हाँ
Yeah.
Can I take the evaluation role next week?
I was actually going to ask you to take a speech slot, sir.
A speech slot. Okay, shall do that.
Take a speech slot.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll do that.
Meenakshi, do you want evaluation next week? We would love to have you as an evaluator.
Rupinder, I can't commit because at the same time, it's my children's school going on. Today it was a holiday, so I could attend.
Okay.
I'll try. I cannot commit as
Cool. No worries. Nimisha.
if I'm there, I'll take.
Yeah, I would like to go for an evaluator.
So Nimisha will take an evaluation. Kapil, कौन से roles रह गए? I think tag पूरा रहता है, right?
एक tag पूरा रहता है और speech slot अभी एक ही है.
So there's one speech slot and tag. We'll float that in the group and then we'll see.
Okay, and evaluator में अभी only Nimisha, right?
Yeah, so we've got one speaker, two speech evaluators, and the tag team remaining. We'll pick that from the group.
And I'm sorry, I couldn't hear Sourindra sir role. Sir, what was your
Speaker. So
okay,
you're speaker.
Okay, then we have two speakers, myself and Sourindra sir. Okay.
Okay then.
Kapil, what I suggest is whoever